Your nightmare can
Prepare.
Your nightmare can
Prepare.
Seconds to battle.
Your nightmare can
Prepare.
And we're clear for running. 30 seconds to battle.
Your nightmare can
Prepare.
And we're clear for running. 30 seconds to battle.
Your nightmare
fortified structures can't be breached.
I could. Dire's middle tower is drowning.
Invisibility.
I have failed my quest.
Radiant structures are fortified. Radiant's bottom tower is staggering.
Like a drunk sailor.
Fortified structures can't be breached.
I could.
Radiant's bottom
Dire's
tower
middle
faces a
tower
stiff
is
wind.
drowning.
Invisibility.
I have failed my quest.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is staggering.
Like a drunk sailor.
Fortified structures can't be breached.
I could.
Radiant's bottom
Dire's
tower
middle
faces a
tower
stiff
is
wind.
drowning.
Invisibility.
I have failed my quest.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower is staggering.
Like a drunk sailor.
Fortified structures can't be breached.
I could.
Radiant's bottom
Dire's
tower
middle
faces a
tower
stiff
is
wind.
drowning.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Invisibility.
Radiant's bottom tower facing a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is staggering. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind.
Drowning.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Invisibility. I told you it was
Radiant's bottom tower facing a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is staggering. Radiant's bottom tower has been breached. Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower facing a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is staggering. Radiant's bottom tower has been breached. Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is under attack. Radiant's bottom tower facing a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is staggering. Radiant's bottom tower has been breached. Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Dire's
attack.
middle tower is under attack.
Radiant's bottom tower facing a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is staggering. Radiant's bottom tower has been breached. Radiant's bottom tower faces a stiff wind. Radiant's bottom tower is under
Dire's
attack.
middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower needs some friends. Dire's middle tower is under attack. Dire's top tower needs some friends. Dire's
farming underneath the tower. You know, one of them it is going to be the life stealer. So
And he's doing a good thing too. That Nyx is pulling creep waves to the hard camp. He tried to hand scan. As he rotates around, he messes with him, and Constabil, he's like, all right, I can't really greed out this hard. Let's just pull them under the tower and farm. Then again, Axe farming out of his mind right now. 11 CS already. He's enjoying that top lane quite a lot.
yeah, you can certainly expect, you know, 33. He is going to hit those fast, early item timings. See what he does tend to go for. If he does want to indeed go for the standard Vanguard rush, you can get online at sort of that, sometimes even around the 10-minute mark.
Yeah, Vanguard, or something more active like Bracer into phase boots, which we have seen popularized by players such as Saberlock in use.
Oh
right?
yeah, I mean,
Do you remember the
yeah, he
phase
did
boots?
it perfectly.
Down 3-3, he was given enough so that he can go back and just farm on his own. However, Flea and he messed up. That blinding light there pushes him into the tower, and Juan just makes a really good play killing off that act together, obviously, with Flea. But Old White still on his own and farming really well. Usually Axe dominates in this patch because he can creep skip and farm with any help. You don't need a position 4 to be there to babysit him, right? Old White, he's doing very similar. In that Sandstorm, he has defeated a couple of sentries and he's able to be on his own limp. Yeah, just forced back, pops the salve. He's completely fine too.
We're seeing one in the mid lane, a slight edge of course for Limp's TA, 16 for 7, 13 for 4, but Annihilate not getting completely shut out. You know, certainly getting something out of this lane matchup.
And he's playing Quaswax versus a
It's not easy.
It's definitely not a simple task to do, but so far he's doing all right. 7 CS behind, but
you're going to fall behind in that.
Very surprising though that Old White has been completely sacked. Now Sentry Dust, they want to get him, but he senses it, he moves back.
Quick Boris strike to stop the initial setup from Fano being there. Do still have the missile and the stun, so Old White will not be able to play his way out of there. The tri-lane, a little too scary for him to deal with alone.
They're sacking Old White because they're trying to pressure 3-3 as much as possible. And if you think about it, this Sand King, just with levels, he'll have that level 4 Burrow Strike perhaps, and he'll be able to initiate, he'll be able to make plays. You said it in that last game, he didn't have a good start, he didn't have a great game, but he still delivers, right?
He did so much.
But 3-3 with that Axe, if Axe is bullied early on, it just becomes a puppy, not an Axe, you know, and he can't do these big initiations and these big plays, so maybe it's good that they're completely sacking their Old White.
I'm going to see Demon Slayer trying to get in and make sure they are the ones that grab this bounty rune. Hanscam will be able to still grab it, but the stun connects onto him and he got the rune, but he'll lose his life. Nice juke there from Costabile to dodge the stun from Lesh. We'll get the kill.
Really good play there by the Grimstroke as well, rotating in from behind, catching off Leshrac. Pretty good plays by Flea, he's all over the map at the moment.
And sort of across the board though for Alliance, all 3 cores are finding a good farm. Limp definitely on the right trajectory to spiral out of control as the TA.
Invoker has one. He just needs a sentry as soon as possible on this mid lane. 2 even, because TA always devours the first one. And if you want to continue pressuring that mid lane, you need the sentries. You can see they're playing that game right now. Only 1 sentry on TA, but he has tangos, which will make it a little bit easier for him to devour.
We'll see where the focus shifts now, as there is just a bit of an attempt to tickle with the creeps. Annihilate does have Juan by his side in case Limp goes too heavy-handed onto the Invoker in terms of an attempt. Bottom lane, Hansken, his eyes on the Grimstroke.
Remember when Flea was right here rotating behind for that shrine? He did it because of this triangle. Juan is doing something similar now, but I don't think it's as good. Let's see. Oh, maybe pushes.
Oh, fun! Oh,
Towards
look at
the TP,
that!
and TP away.
Oh, he's out!
He's out.
Oh, it was nice though.
Jinxed.
It was very nice there from Juan. He has
He's
got
so
the
fast.
speed. Why did he stop? Why did he stop?
Oh, come on,
Why did he stop?
Juan.
That was perfect. I mean,
Literally.
he could have. Why did he stop?
Maybe he thought that longer will get him again.
I don't know. I think he was thinking, I could blast him back, but yeah.
Maybe he tried to suicide to the creeps but didn't attack them.
Yeah, I think that was the case, maybe. But, either way, I guess as you said, he probably was in trouble because Battle Hunger was almost certainly coming back.
Yeah, wasted a lot of time from him.
Yeah, had to TP out off the cliff. Nice little play there.
And also a good thing is that they have that ward near the triangle. They'll keep an eye out on the stacks that will be made for TA.
I mean, again, 33, these deaths, she said, they're so costly on the axe early on.
Yeah, do you want to have this axe as tanky as possible, as soon as possible, so that he can create plays? Because look at these heroes from Alliance. TA very soon will be a non-factor. She will probably get that Desolator and then farm, right? Maybe Blink to be more active, but most likely not. Most players like that Dazzle first. Gyrocopter as well. He is able to fight early on. Is he going for drums though? He is. This is good. Good item progression from the Gyro, which will allow him to create enough space for the TA and perhaps fill in the gap that Axe will most definitely leave as he's so underfarmed.
Because of the way the top lane's played out, 33, he's having to sort of just stick to his own jungle and to the wolves coming in on the tab. But this is very early, 8 minutes in, and he's losing his tier 1 tower top. Meanwhile, down bottom, Nico Baby's able to get aggressive. He's sort of the hero that the power really is all on at the moment in Alliance in this early game. 4k gold, he's had 3 farm down bottom.
Oh, look, stacks.
Even worse for sort of this area of the map. 33 trying to farm limp. He has to punish this. He's going to come in, he's going to look to chase down the Squisher at the 2 fleet. Try and do his best to duke it around the trees. Nice little duke.
Break some ankles. Break some ankles.
Where is he?
Where is he?
There's another trap out. Again. This is a... Look at him go. He's still hiding. It's a lot of time. Finally, break him out. Costabile had to come in. I don't know if he needed to do this. Okay. He's dead. That was a little unnecessary from Lifestealer. I think he sort of got too excited watching Flea dance around and wanted to join him for a little bit of a tango.
It's like when a dog sees people play football or something, just wants to jump in. And
no need for Costabile to be there. A rare mistake from him after having some very impressive performances, of course.
He just wanted to play as well. Pays with his life. Unfortunate, because that was a really good play by Flea overall.
Oh, it's had so many ankles broken and so much time and space created. Bottom lane, Schwab. Set up on a handscan. Old boy's coming in. Can he reach this with a burst strike? Won't go for it. Still risky. Nico Baby's there by the side of handscan. Does actually, he still goes in for the burst strike. I mean, Dust is out. He is dead for that. I didn't think he'd do that. I thought he already started backing off, and then he said, you know what, screw it, I'm going in anyway.
Yeah, I'm gonna die. I guess I'm gonna die.
Some both for the cause, really. Old Boy and Costabile making some questionable moves.
They're giving Alliance a chance.
I guess so. It's been pretty rough so far.
Yeah, they've had their fun. Time to help out Alliance a little bit. Maybe make the game a little bit harder for Annihilate as well.
Lee 3, grab the Batty Rune. Costabile will be able to make his way over and take that one away from him. TP's coming in. Costabile with the Rage, and FaZe should be able to easily keep himself out of the range of a potential call, and he will do so. Gets himself out of there. That was a couple of heroes coming in from Alliance to try and back up 33, but wasn't necessary in the end.
Gyrocopter's item build is very active if you look at him. Drums phases into a BKB, but Annihilate, he wants to be super active as he has rotated towards this bottom lane. Handscan should be the first one they see. Annihilate.
A little slow reactions there from the Invoker. As they'll still get the setup, at least with the mana burning out. Tornadoes off the mark. Cold Snap is there in range. Good knock back, but there's the turnaround. Nico Baby, he's in with the cooldown. Straight on to the call. That's one gone. Annihilate closes the gap. Pulls Annihilate out of the Invis with the call. And
lag?
It's the Demon Slayers they're slipping up in this game 3. They've had moments of brilliance in game 1 and game 2, pretty much for the entirety of the games, but this start to this third game, they're letting Alliance have some very, very nice plays.
These two supports of Demon Slayers should be very angry at their cores, as they have done a couple of good plays here. React necessarily very well, slowly or
They're sort of. They're giving away the good bit of a start that they did have. Setup will be there. Onto 33. Call onto the two of them. He's looking for spins. Won't find it. Knocked back under the tower. Four of them will punish him. This time around, it's 33 on the side of Alliance. Goes in a little too deep and alone. Yeah, I believe they're losing their nerves a little bit. You know, it's game 3. Both of these teams are super hyped. They could be grand champions on the Demon Slayer side. On the Alliance, there's Abyss just below you. If you lose this game, you're done, right? You're out of the tournament, lost your second place. No one likes to get that second place, so maybe they're just rushing things a little bit. See if they can make a goal on this. Nick Abyss, it's not that easy to go on. You know, he's never late, has all his full spells available. Very fast. He plays his drums, also he's a gyro. And straight BKB, absolutely necessary against the way that Demon Slayers have been playing. He realizes that his axe didn't have the best game, so he needs to step it up. He needs to be super active, going for any Agadins or Maelstrom or anything like that. He goes for straight BKB drums. Fuck me, that's the Nico Baby style right now. Also, he has Bloodlust to work with, so even though he's doing the super active build, he'll also be able to fight and dish out the necessary amount of damage to take the targets down, such as Nyx. Mid lane, Anna entirely burn level 33 with Hatskin around, though. Annihilate can't chase down the axe. 33 will be able to sneak away, of course. So space continues to be there. Limp starting to really keep up with the farm and the other two cores this game. Where are we with item progression when it comes to Nyx? He's queuing up the Radiance, so a little bit different to what we were earlier from Costa Bile, where we went for like the just arm the Radiance. This game, he's saying, I'm getting straight in there with the Radiance, and going for something that we saw some of the some of the South American players do in TI, going for the casual belt of strength. Just a casual. So some players like this. I was about to point that out. Just a casual belt of strength to beef himself up a little bit. No bracers, nothing like that. Later on, you can use that belt of strength, obviously, as well. And as always, just a temptation to fill up your item slots. Make sure that you're not sort of walking around with an empty inventory space. Yeah, because you're playing versus some of these heroes that can most certainly blow you up even through that rage. Once there's a Desolator blink on TA, if Axe, if 3-3 Netta hits that blink at about the same time. We see an Epi and a Burrow. Does he want to try for this? I guess he's pretty tanky as the Axe, so by keeping himself out of vision. He could go for it. He has enough mana. Is it enough? With the Veil, actually, it should be. But feeling that 33, it's risky. I'm surprised he didn't go for that. But he's waiting for backup. There is Grimstroke coming to him, but I believe he's been scouted out, and 33 is, see ya later, sucker, I'm out of here. Yeah, he saw it. I mean, Old White just playing for maybe the chance that 33 didn't catch a glimpse of him. And maybe would have got greedy, gone for that large camp, but wasn't the case. 33 plays it safe. I think he had a moment there in which he went on the axe and take him down. It would have been a very good kill because they need to slow this axe down as much as possible. Prevent him from getting that blink in action together with Limp. 1k lead now for Alliance. Limp with the Deso done. Can start to sort of seriously think about getting involved. As I said, of course, you look at the lineup of Demon Slayers, it isn't going to be easy for Limp to sort of just get in there and get the damage done before he has the BKB, but eventually when it comes to pickoffs, pull out a position, this TA, the Deso alone, is still going to have the potential to sort of 2-3 shot some of these heroes down to imminent death. Most likely he will still continue just farming in that triangle, perhaps out pushing lane or mid with those traps. Desolator, it is a very strong item when it comes to pickoffs, but what it allows you to do is just clean these Ancients very fast. So it's just, I mean, why not? You have Gyro, you have TA. It's not like you're in a rush. On the other hand, we're waiting for the Radiant of Nyx. Will it be enough, I wonder? I mean, he's very close to the Relic. It is going to be good timing now. All right, we'll see the opportunity to make a jump in with the Epi. Back up from Annihilate means Hansken has no chance. Everyone is so tanky in this current patch because of the bracers, like this left track as well. A few months ago, you go with Epi Veil, he's just gone in a matter of seconds. In this game, you actually need the help of Invoker to take him down with the full Epicenter channeled. 300 gold for Limp. He will have the Blink Dagger.
And then the fun starts.
Do you like the decision here from 33 to go for that sort of early-ish blink rather than building up sort of those items that will keep him and his team up?
I think so. I think there is no save on the side of Demon Slayers. Will-O-Wisp can come in handy, but they don't have those Shadow Demons or anything such as that. So having two blinks, one on 3-3, the other on TA, will allow you to jump either on the Nyx or the Invoker, even let's say something like a Kotal. I mean, Kotal obviously will die very fast, but Nyx or Invoker are your big targets. Killing off that Invoker before he can save anyone with the Tornado would be huge for them.
Late, just a few hundred gold away from finishing his Spirit Vessel. Blink Dagger, of course, out for Limp as well. Also, Blink's coming out for Demon Slayers. Old White has his done, so
yeah,
we saw sort of how much magic he made happen with his Blink on Sand King in game 1.
The fun starts right here, and this tier 1 is a dangerous spot for Annie and Fleet to be, because they have this high ground here covered. Handscan moving in deeper, possibly toward, but there's a call. Just for creeps. All right, interesting.
I mean, Alliance, they really are geared up to go. BKB done for Nico, baby. Both him and Lim have a lot of firepower between them. There's going to be a bit of a poke from the Ogre onto Juan. Fada will get met by an immediate counterplay with that blink jump in from Old White.
Fata is turning into the real position 5, scouting, giving his life for some information. Not feeding.
Oh, there we go. But Old White is to be able to jump in. So Old White's on the Nico baby's there with the backup though. High ground he comes in from. Cooldown's down. Homing missile on Old White. There's a double kill for Limp. The rest of Demon Slayers have to back off. Getting a little too hasty there. Demon Slayers in Alliance. They're not done yet. 33 jumps and sees the opportunity to jump onto Annihilate.
Yeah.
It's a little too deep behind the 2 tower though. And they have to respect Costabile, who does have the Radiance completed.
Yeah, even though Gyro had the BKB there, they don't have a call any longer. You can't control that Invoker, so they decide to move back instead. And overall, that Grimstroke plus Sand King move, where's the backup? Like, they had a good initiation, but you didn't have the Nyx there, you didn't have the Invoker there. A little bit too quick on the trigger, I believe, Demon Slayers. Oh, there we go. That's the smoke.
Let's see if they can get on top of Old White. Of course, not quite yet back with the stack around the mid lane, so they are poking around without their Sand King.
They did scout him out. They have the Sentry and the Observer there, so they know where he is. And if he attempts to go on Flea, Invoker is right behind. He's going to set that Tornado perfectly. You can see that they're just sitting behind Flea. This is great.
And Limp continuing to sort of take away some of the jungle camps from Demon Slayer. Be in position.
They spotted him out, did they? Annihilate? Ah, he's fine. Blinks away, TP Tome.
Alliance certainly feeling a lot more confident with the start of this third game. 4K lead. As we say, Limp in particular, definitely asking for one of his strongest heroes. So far, so good. 4-0-3, a great Deso blink timing, and about 1,500 gold away from having a BKB. He's smashing the timings, and once he has those 3 items, he can pretty much get on top and kill any of these heroes.
Overall, Demon Slayers, even though they have this core that's on top of the network charts, Nyx, he has his Radiance moving towards Sanj. I don't think he deals nearly as much damage as this TA plus.
Oh, for sure. I think a similar farm at this stage of the game, the lifesteal is the one that's scared.
Alliance, they're in a really good spot at the moment. Once the BKB is up on that TA, they will most certainly search for a fight. Actually, they're searching for Rosh right now, and they found him in the usual spot, in the pit.
Oh, we saw sort of in previous games, Demon Slayers have been pretty good at fighting around there, and as it were, Alliance, they're a little hesitant about fully committing. They're poker Rosh, but do back away. Demon Slayers showing themselves around the middle lane. Yeah, they don't want to fall for sort of the same trap that they did in the previous games this series.
The Carti is there with the Radiance Burn. The tank.
Keeping eyes on the situation. T30 as well, going for sort of the full fight, really, to blink into BKB on this offlane axe. He's ready to sort of commit, make sure he has that opening lockdown, and of course even having the cool opportunity through the rage of the Lifestealer.
Just think about the damage of Demon Slayers, right? You have an Ice went for a Radiance, not your build that he had in that last game with an armlet. He has Radiance, Magic. You have Invoke, fully Magic damage. Kotl, Sand King, Grimstroke. You absolutely have no physical damage besides some right clicks here and there coming from Demon Slayers. So BKBs on the side of Alliance will allow them to take anything that they want to before Nyx gets a few extra items.
Yeah, I mean, and that BKB, it is there for Limp. It's out on the courier. So at this point in time, he is incredibly strong on the TA. Not much can stop him at all from just getting on top of multiple heroes. And with the backup, 33 will be able to provide, and of course the damage output of Nico Baby is in the 15. He's got that extra damage with the Rocky Barrage. It's a bit of a poke here. Demon Slayer starting something off. They're onto Handscan. Spirit Vessel down to 33. Then with the counterplay, the cooldown limited, and that's the damage done. Double kill for 33.
Yeah.
As Alliance just flexing this mid-game power that they have itemized perfectly for.
Those items weren't even used. Have still the BKBs. Leshrac was initiated on. Yeah, they do take down Hanskin, but what do they care? 33. The perfect double kill on their offlaner, on Old White, and on Annihilate's Invoker. Instantly into the pits. The TA can take it on by herself, but yeah, you probably want to help also she doesn't get bashed way too many times. And Constabile, like, does have this halberd. It will help you out a little bit versus TA, maybe prolong the fight, but they're in a really rough spot. Double damage obviously helping Limp take it even faster, but that rush was theirs.
Dire's middle tower is
This
dropping.
game, I don't know. It's very difficult to see a win scenario for Demon Slayers at the moment. It looked like they had to be a little bit more active earlier, and these moves, such as the one on Leshrac, they're desperate.
Yeah, it feels just almost impossible for Demon Slayers to try and take a fight into this BKBTA. They've got to sort of calm things down, maybe try and find an additional item on the Lifestealer, because at this stage of the game,
Look at Invoker's net worth.
it's he's slipping behind Annihilate. He's tried to sort of play very aggressive on the map, been constantly moving around. But those last two movements have cost him his life.
He's doing it right. I don't blame him for trying to be aggressive, but Alliance is reading that aggression perfectly well and punishing it every single time. Like this flea movement right here. Oh my god, disappeared. Was there a Grimstroke?
He's gone. He is gone. Nico Baby, space continues to be there. His Aghanim's is pretty much done. Everything going to plan for Alliance in this game 3.
What do you need if you're a Demon Slayer? What does a hero truly need? You need some Infest Bomb, I believe, with Sand King to blow up an important target. Even though this TA is very tanky, you can still take her down by surprise. They don't have a lot of saves besides Axe with Call, so perhaps you can take her down before that BKB is popped, but he has to be super out of position, and I just don't see him doing that.
I mean, and any sort of these outer towers, they just seem very hard for Demon Slayers to hold, even to the point where, especially with the Aegis on Limb, I think you just sort of have to let them go. I don't know if you can take a fight, really, at this point of the game if you're Demon Slayers.
I mean, look at Old White and how careful he is out pushing bottom lane. He doesn't see a whole lot. The Dire jungle has been warded up completely by the Radiant team, by Alliance, and their heroes aren't showing. And because of that, even the Sand King can't push properly, while Lesh is just soloing your top tier 2, which has just fallen.
They can just continue to get away with this. Top tower's gone. They can move towards mid, take another tier 2. I think it's going to be a similar story. Demon Slayers, their best interest just to try and find farm where Alliance are. And that, of course, does involve not trying to hold on to the East Towers. They have to let them go. They've got nothing to show at this point of the game, at least outside their base. The best they can hope for is a high ground overextension from Alliance.
Wait for that Aegis to disappear. Perhaps try to get a pick off on Limp somehow. You need to jump on this TA. If he's the one making the move, you will just disappear in a matter of seconds. 2 bounty runes on that top lane not picked up.
It's Constabile.
He has rage, but he needs to be careful. Axe does not care about that.
Sort of a 5 life into a call on 33. He gets the opening, there's the call, the chain stun won't be there. Fired a little slow with the Fire Blast follow-up stuns. Costabile gets the window for the rage and the run back.
Yeah, the tornado was there from Annihilate, even though it whiffed Limp because he used the BKB. I think you're satisfied if you're Demon Slayers. Your Nikes didn't die because of the Radiance and the Halberd. Your next item build should definitely involve MKB if you're TA.
Where's my pension?
Once that MKB is up, perhaps you can take down Nikes a little bit easier. But even though they couldn't take him down, let's see if Demon Slayers have the necessary firepower to take someone from Alliance down, as 2 BKBs, they're still on cooldown. Gyro doesn't have one, TA doesn't have one. I mean, this is a perfect time to smoke up.
Yeah, they've got to be quick and fast with these plays, and this is how Demon Slayers get themselves back in. Any sort of small window that opens up, they have to pounce at. Alliance still very hard to penetrate. The 9k lead, 14-7. All cause sort of an item ahead of their counterparts.
I still like how Constable he has itemized into Evasion, Radiance Halberd, although that Halberd is good versus Gyro or the TA, and also he has Plate Mail, which gives him a lot of armor to help out with that Desolator. Oh, he needs to be very careful here, 3-3s.
I mean, they're going to stay on the chase here for sure. Rage, of course, already been used to remove the battle line. Go to give him that extra speed. He's going to hope for the hide and the TP out.
Oh, makes it.
Just managed to indeed get out before 33 closes the gap.
Pretty good jukes. Still massive Pydas on him, but at least he didn't die.
And Lim to get aggressive with the Orchid done as well.
I don't know if he should be aggressive here. He doesn't have that BKB, but remember, he just lost Aegis. So even though he's very strong, he needs his beefy boys around. He needs the Gyro, he needs the Axe, he needs these heroes that will allow him to actually hit targets, because if he gets controlled, he will most certainly die. Oh,
I mean, that's a quick kill. Onto our fire as well. This is the danger of Demon Slayer stepping out when Alliance prowling the map. It's very
high ground, it seems.
I mean, definitely it's going to be tempting for Alliance. 10k lead. Limp's TA continuing to blow Demon Slayers away.
Well, Nico maybe still intent on just taking the tier 2 on the bottom lane. However, Limp says, nah bro, I'm going high ground. Forces that glyph at least, and after that, I believe they can retreat, take the tier 2, ward up this area of the map as well, just completely block them in and continue farming around the dire high ground. This will allow Demon Slayers to only do one thing: smoke up as 5 to try to take one side. You can't really just come out and farm anymore. Costabile getting close to that AC of his.
And once he does have that, we'll reduce the potency of Limp's jumps just that little bit. But as I say, you know, Limp is he's just an arm ahead of sort of anything else. You know, other than the lifesteal, they're sort of, you know, obviously close, but everyone else, once he has that Bloodthorn done, there is going to be no hope for some of the heroes, Demon Slayers, if Limp is within reach them.
Item ahead, and that BKB just makes him invincible, right? If he pops that BKB, you can't take him down. Same goes for Gyrocopter.
Yeah, you've got to get out of the fight. You know, Demon Slayer's only hope for winning a fight is sort of poking out the BKB charges, getting out, and then trying to get back in. And with the control that Alliance have, it's not easy. Anytime they set a step forward, 33 is going to be on top of them with the blink call.
That would be perfect for them. Perhaps force a fight somehow with Will-O-Wisp. Will-O-Wisp forces them to BKB so that they can take it down. By the time they take down Will-O-Wisp, you retreat, and then after the BKBs are done, you jump back in. Like these kind of teams that are playing in grand finals. Oh. He's just dead. But on the backside, Invoker.
They've got to try and get out. Dust is there. Their eyes on Annihilate. We'll be able to start slowing him down here with the Ignite. They'll hunt him down in the trees. Very few ways he can play his way out of this one as Duncan X silence follow-up from Lim. Again, just no space is safe on this map. Anytime Demon Slayers step out, Alliance will catch and kill them every single time.
Yeah, Nico Baby just is unstoppable on his Gyrocopter. Give this man one of his heroes, and he just plays out of his mind.
I mean, what this 30 minutes in, what neither Nico Baby or Limp have died this game. Both cores playing absolutely flawlessly for Alliance.
Absolutely flawlessly, and also playing on their full comfort zone heroes. Limp, he's been famous for what? His Linas, his TAs, and Tinies. And he's definitely showed up quite hard in this third game of the Grand Finals. 20k net worth, 31 minutes in. Difficult situation for Demon Slayers. Is there? I'm trying to think if there's an item that will help them out. But these BKBs just prevent Demon Slayers from doing anything.
I'd say their best bet is they've got to just try and prolong this game and get the BKB charges down. Then there's a bit of a chance. The bigger the window they can create, the better hope they have of swinging this one around. But as it stands, everything seems to be set in place for Alliance to take this game 3 home with them.
Are those 2 bounty runes still on the top lane? It's been quite a long time now.
I think so. Maybe they'll sit here if they want to reset and go for bro shipments. It is back up. Would be certainly the safe play to make, and indeed the pings are out. Alliance will retreat. Demon Slayers, do they want to try and get outside of their base and contest this? It
will be too late. Like, they have to move out right now. They have to smoke up and go, because look at this.
It's dead.
Gone. Yeah. You just can't contest this. That's Aegis, that's Cheese. Oh yeah, good smoke, right on time. But what are you really going to do with it? I'm not certain. There is a Manta on Constable, so he shouldn't be too worried about the silence any longer. But all of his items, just look at that. Halberd, Radiance, Manta. He's building all these items that are allowing him to survive, but they aren't allowing him to kill anyone. That's the problem. You need some damage coming from your position 1, and they're not getting it. They desperately needed some physical damage this game.
That's the jump. 33. It's going to open up onto Costabile. Quick rage. We'll get him back, but the creeps are pushing in top. Alliance have every reason to feel confident at breaking the high ground right now. They really have all the tools required.
18 to 7, 16k ahead. A Limp with that BKB and Aegis could just go ahead and attack a tower on high ground easily, then fall back after refractions are gone. We'll see if that's the option, or will they try to get the pick off first instead.
Demon Slayer is just terrified to set foot outside of the high ground.
And they should be. At the same time, it's much easier for them to defend the high ground than to actually push out. You could do one of those desperate smokes, but most likely what would happen, you would get wiped and you would lose this game very fast. But if you have the high ground, you have the information of where 3-3 is, of where Gyro is, where Alliance are jumping.
And the setup. White's going to offer himself up to make sure time is there for Costabile to be safe. Back away.
Annihilate. He is out as well, but he retreats. They basically see the TA on the top lane, and because of that they try to make a move around the Axe, but you can't take him down. He's way too tanky.
I mean, Alliance, for all the power they have, they are playing very carefully at how they want to approach this siege. For a bit of a poke, won't be anything else though.
Yeah, just a little bit of ultimate wasted, but not the longest cooldown he has. What, 60 seconds remaining already, I believe. It's 64.
I'm ready to go in again. They've already popped out the fortification. A deep dive here from Limp. He goes in now, pops the BKB, turns towards Annihilate. Annihilate will be able to get away, but Constabile's in trouble. He's focused down, gets the rage, can he escape this? No, 30 comes in with the blink duck. As Constabile down and out for a minute, will buy back. See if they can get them off the racks here, jump forward. On to Limp, backing off. The Will-O-Wisp holds him in place. Do they have the damage? They're focusing the TA. Can they kill him the once? They're on top. The Silence, they've taken out the Aegis.
They got him once. Can take him again.
33. They've got to be careful on the side. Stealing ball back for this. The blast back is there to try and open the Hexes out. Onto the TA. Can they kill him off? The Silence, the start. The 5-man fire strike could not have been any better. An incredible hold there from the Sand King. And Nico 3 out. Nico Baby's bringing them down with the no triple kill for the Gyro. But the push rush will be stopped. Old White keeps the game alive.
Old White, man, this guy is amazing. He epicenters just in time to take down the TA. After that, he gets what, a 4-man
It's a 5-man stun. He got through the first and hit the 4 rest of the heroes on the back lines. I think he got everyone.
Yeah, just a very well played team
See
fight.
it? I think it was everyone. He gets limp and he hits the other 4 behind.
Yeah.
Watch him here. No, it's not this one. It's the second one that you're about to see in a second. Because here's where they bring him very low.
There you go.
He didn't quite get the axe, but it looks like he did because axe got stunned by something else. But even so, Old White. I mean, this game, it could have pretty much been over at that point.
Yeah, Old White
still great for Nico Baby. He gets a triple kill. It's still absolutely Alliance's game to win.
Amazing play by Old White, but Nico Baby, he just shrugged it off and got a triple kill after that. You don't really see carries do that very often, but when you're this much ahead, as this gyrocopter is, you feel comfortable at just turning and wiping them.
But the Aegis is taken out of the hands of the DA, and the racks are kept alive.
And you also see a small hope coming for Demon Slayers. A hope that might be shut down here, for Fleet at least.
No escape for him. Trying his best to push out the lanes. He's going to pay with his life.
They definitely have a chance, but they need to find a way to take down TA before the BKB, or force that BKB out and then fight afterwards. You could see she falls fairly easily once those BKBs are out. But how close is Grimstroke to that Hex? I think I saw him building one. Okay, so he has Ultimate Orb. That would be one of the ways to deal with these heroes that have BKBs, if you just manage to Hex them out. But he's pretty far away still. All Nullifier completed on the TA as well. You will be able to just jump on this Nyx, Bloodthorn him, nullify him, he won't be able to get out. Same goes for any other hero pretty much. You have your little mini Doom on Templar Assassin right now.
Dire's top shrine is under
Still
attack.
with his 20k lead there. Will spot out All White. Jumping over the Burstrike Sandstorm play. Quick reactions there. As soon as he's spotted, he'll get out. No hesitation to go in and commit with the stun to make sure the Limp cannot move in with another fire. Quick plays.
The moment you see that TA, you just get out. You don't want to face this guy.
Has fallen.
He doubles the net worth of the Sand King, of the Invoker, and of the Grimstroke. It's just so tanky.
I mean, there really is, something to be said that Alliance, they have a 21k lead, but as it were, they're unable to quite break the base yet.
They did take down one tier 3, right? So the shrines have been taken out. That's a good thing for them, as they're able to take full map control, which they arguably already had, right? But they're not in any rush. Your gyro can still farm quite a lot, and TA is probably almost maxed out.
And of course, as we sort of saw in the last fight, it doesn't really matter if you kill everyone else. If you don't get the gyro, Nico Baby, he's going to clean up every single time, especially once he has that MKB done. So much damage is just going to be fired out continuously throughout the whole engagement with the help of the Agonist.
And you have to force everything you got on that TA, because if you don't take her down, it's a similar story, right? She's going to just wipe the floor with you. So
I mean, it's a strange game as well. You look at the individual heroes' net worths. It's very much there's 3 cores in this game. Everybody else is playing sort of the backup role. The problem is, for Demon Slayers, there's 2 cores that are in an incredible position on Alliance for themselves. It only really is Costa Bile that's going to be the driving forces and carry at the moment.
And arguably, you need another core if you're Demon Slayers. Like, you need someone to follow up with that Nyx to dish out that extra damage. Because Nyx right now, what does he have? Let's check him out. He has Manta, AC. Like, these items are great, but he still needs to hit harder.
Faces a stiff win.
He's close to hitting that nice old 25. Fleet, the constant pressure down bottom has warranted them a tier 2 tower.
Yeah, that Aetherlance plus Stroke of Fate is giving him a lot of farm actually, and he needs to retreat. They lose their axes, but it's only the ranged ones, and because of the bounty runes have respawned, Alliance moves back. But yeah, Flea, he did quite a good job at out pushing that bottom lane. There is a smoke. They still didn't go back to defend. Instead, Costabile.
Oh, he's been found. The catch is there. 33 is in with the jump. He's locked down. He'll get the rage off. He's trying to back away. Missiles onto him. We'll be able to suck it up during the rage. So Will actually managed to get himself away from that jump attempt, pretty much from the whole lineup of Alliance outside the base. He can still make it out of there in time.
Limp wasn't there, and that's the only reason he manages to get out. Limp not being there just saved his life. But Limp also level 25, remember, and he has that 1.5 seconds melt back.
I mean, it's so nasty, that talent. Not a whole lot of fun to play against. Limp already the whole game. He's been having a great time, and he's only going to start having even more fun now with that talent online.
Also, you have Roche, so they're going to have some fun with him first. Well, not a whole lot of fun.
What do we got? We got the Axe on refresher on the Roche.
Let's see. It's the Axe. Who did they? Oh, Fata.
Fata wants it. He's going to get it.
All right, very interesting. I mean, you get 2 stuns with him.
Oh, yeah.
That's pretty good.
And a whole lot of damage. I mean, if they do get on the lifesteal, as you said, with the silence, the nullifier, you know, he's going to die. Costabile is going to die.
Pretty much anyone is going to die.
Yeah, anyone. Yeah, for sure.
Limp with nullifier with the Blood Torno, man.
The money's there for Flea to grab that Hex, and he's going to do it. He's going to go all in. So they do have the double Hex potential.
Double Hex, but you're playing versus Aegis, you're playing versus Cheese.
He might just have to let this top racks go. As we'll see, very hard for Demon Slayer to get in. There's a 31,000 lead for Alliance. Costabile is going to try for the poke fleet.
Double Hex.
Does manage to get the double Hex off on the boat. 33 and Fada. Limp tried to jump 4 by. Annihilate controls him for now with the tornado. Turns as well with the vessel down. BKB comes out, but he's already been halberded. So for the duration of the match community, Limp has back away. They'll turn over now towards the gyro. Silence the Spirit Vessel. 33 back in. Gets the catch up to Old Boy. First turns out with the Will-O-Wisp. It's dragging him in. Old Boy Silence dunked down. He needs something like that. Comes in straight away. Costabile dead for 2 minutes. No buyback on the lifestealer as Alliance. They know that they can now look to pounce in for more. 33. Won't quite get it. Oh, it's just come back online. It's just come back for Costabile.
Maybe they could initiate here.
But they get the Rax Alliance, they get those 2 big kills. 35,000 gold lead.
They're waiting for Grimstroke's ulti, then the pixel buyback together with Sand King's initiation.
There we go. See if they can get the timing. Jump forward, they'll try for 33. Interrupts the play. Flee, the call's there. They'll go with the ball, jump up, fifth, launch the grand strike. Costabile trying to commit. It's a big EMP burning on the man and cold snap as well. It's causing issues for Nico. They've lost the gyro. Oh, one falls there, then 3 dead on Demon Slayers. They're on top of the lives to the Costabile backing off. Annihilate with a 4-man deafening blast pushes them back. But they're only down to the last 2. Alliance, they've got all the space in the world to take the second set of racks.
Straight for the throne. You don't have to do anything more. You don't have to chase, but you will as that melt hits hard.
It's over this game. GG is called, and Alliance will take game 3, bringing us to a 2-1. This series is getting even juicier.
Alliance looks angry. They picked all the good stuff, all the comfort zone. Gyro for Nico Baby, he's had so much success with that hero, and obviously